Yellow, welcome back to, yes, another daily lore. You got that right. It is another daily lore. Next, we're gonna watch this one. From the title alone, it's gonna be interesting. Let's go.
My best friend of 15 years secretly dated my ex for 6 months after our breakup. Last night at her engagement party, I accidentally showed her fiancé the messages where she admitted she was only marrying him to make my ex jealous. Now she's crying to everyone that I ruined the happiest day of her life, but her fiancé is thanking me for saving him from a loveless marriage. I, 29, never thought I'd be the one.
uh, I would thank you. Obviously, I feel like anyone would thank you in that scenario. Beside, well, the person that's obviously getting out of the relationship, of course, will thank you. I wouldn't say the person that's getting quote unquote burned in that scenario would thank you. They'll probably actually hate you for saying all that shit. But honestly, it sounds good. You said that, it sounds amazing.
To cause drama at an engagement party, but sometimes life takes unexpected turns when betrayal runs too deep. My, now former, best friend Jenna and I had been inseparable since high school. We went to the same college, shared an apartment for 3 years, and were each other's emergency contacts. She was the sister I never had, the one person I trusted completely with my deepest secrets, my greatest fears, and my wildest dreams. 6 years ago, I met Nathan. He was charming, intelligent, and felt like the perfect match. We dated for 4 years, and I genuinely thought he was the one. Jenna was supportive throughout our relationship, often joining us for dinners, vacations, and family events. She became close with Nathan too, something I encouraged, believing that my best friend and boyfriend getting along was a blessing. But 2 years ago, Nathan blindsided me with a breakup. He claimed we had grown apart and that he needed space to find himself. The breakup devastated me.
Grown apart? No, you have not. You've grown closer to her friend. That's what it is. And of course, he doesn't want to date two girls at once, so of course he breaks up with her in order to go out with the friend. Honestly, I would say in a healthy relationship, I would say that's fine, but you have to really trust. You both have to trust each other that you would not do anything, and that is really hard to find. Like, it's fine that your best friend is friends with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. It's just you both have to trust each other that nothing would happen. And even if the other party tries to make something happen, you would immediately shut that down and then tell your significant other that this happened. And remember, like I said, they have to trust you. So they have to trust you. Even if they're best friends for years on years on years on years, they would have to trust you and trust that you're telling the truth. Because obviously, if you really want to make it work and you really want to be together, then that's what it's going to take. Not many people have that kind of connection. Most people have surface level connection when it comes to relationship. Surface level. You don't really get into the deep of things. Even after like 8 years, sometimes it could still be surface level. You might know each other very, very, very well, but it's still not that emotional attachment. It's just you know each other very well. You're basically just friends at that point, but you have a title, boyfriend, girlfriend. You're just not emotionally attached to each other, which is what you need in a relationship as well.
I spent weeks crying on Jenna's shoulder, pouring my heart out about how much I missed him and how confused I was by the sudden end to what I thought was a happy relationship. Jenna was the perfect friend during this time, or so I thought. She brought over ice cream and wine, listened to me vent for hours, and assured me I would find someone better. She encouraged me to block Nathan on social media for my mental health, which
No, that's not for your mental health. That's for to keep private of what they're doing because they're gonna post it on social media.
I did. In retrospect, I realized this wasn't just friendly advice. About
Yeah.
8 months after my breakup, I started to heal. I began dating again, focusing on my career, and rebuilding my life. Through all of this, Jenna remained my rock, at least that's what I believed. Fast forward to last year, when Jenna announced she had met someone special. His name was Michael, and they had been dating for a few months. She seemed happy, though sometimes distant. Their relationship progressed quickly, and 6 months ago, Michael proposed.
I mean, it makes sense she felt distance. I mean, if she truly was your friend, then of course she's gonna feel distance because she actually feels guilty of what she did. So yeah, if she truly was your friend, then she will feel guilty of what she did. If she wasn't actually your friend, then obviously she wouldn't care about your feelings.
I was genuinely thrilled for her and honored when she asked me to be her maid of honor. As her engagement party approached, I threw myself into helping plan the perfect celebration. The week before the party, Jenna asked if she could borrow my laptop to finalize some details since hers was being repaired. Of course, I agreed without hesitation. After she returned my laptop, I noticed she had forgotten to log out of her social media accounts. I wasn't planning to snoop, I respect privacy and would normally just log out and move on. But as I moved to close the browser, a message notification appeared from a name that made my heart stop: Nathan. My finger hovered over the close button, but something compelled me to look. What I found shattered everything I thought I knew about my best friend. There was a long history of messages between them, spanning back nearly 2 years, almost immediately after my breakup. The messages revealed that Nathan hadn't just grown apart from me. He had developed feelings for Jenna while we were still together. They hadn't physically cheated, but there had been an emotional affair brewing beneath the surface of our relationships. Worse still, Jenna had encouraged his doubts about our relationship, subtly pushing him toward the breakup that had devastated me. For 6 months after my breakup, they had secretly dated while Jenna was consoling me over losing him. They eventually broke up because Nathan wasn't ready for commitment, but Jenna had never stopped holding out hope for him. The most recent messages revealed the most painful truth of all. Jenna admitted she was only marrying Michael to make Nathan jealous. She didn't love her fiancé, she was using him as a pawn in her twisted game to win back my ex. I sat there, staring at my screen, feeling physically ill. Years of friendship, trust, and love, all built on lies. The person who had held me while I cried over Nathan had been seeing him behind my back. The woman I considered a sister had betrayed me in the most profound way possible. I debated what to do with this information for days.
There is, there's the basic way. Do nothing. See how it all plays out, which will probably play out pretty well if you do nothing. Or the way she's going to take, which you would know because of the beginning. So,
Part of me wanted to confront Jenna immediately, but another part, the part still reeling from the betrayal, wanted her to feel a fraction of the pain I was experiencing. And what about Michael? He deserved to know the truth before committing his life to someone who was using him. The night of the engagement party arrived. The venue was beautiful, with twinkling lights, champagne flowing, and about 80 guests celebrating the supposedly happy couple. Jenna looked radiant in her new dress, clinging to Michael's arm as they greeted guests. I played my role as the supportive maid of honor, smiling through my pain, waiting for the right moment. That moment.
obviously, there's no way in knowing if somebody truly loves you. I mean, there is, but there isn't. You could easily, I wouldn't say easily, if you're a good actor, of course, you could fake everything, pretty much. If you're a good actor. Me personally, that would not work out. Fuck shit, man. I cannot pretend for shit. I am, unless I truly believe something, but otherwise, I would not ever do that. I can never. My acting skills are not at all good. You'll probably find out immediately when I'm telling a lie or something. Like if we're on that close of a bond, then yeah, most likely you'll probably find out easily I was lying or if I'm hiding something. Where was I going with this?
Came during the speeches. Michael's best man had just finished a heartfelt toast about finding true love and the importance of honesty in relationships. The irony wasn't lost on me. When it was my turn to speak, I approached the microphone with my phone in hand. I started with the usual pleasantries, talking about my long friendship with Jenna and how happy I was for the couple. Then I accidentally projected my screen onto the venue's display system, which I had secretly connected to earlier.
Accidentally. That's hilarious.
I feigned confusion and embarrassment as messages between Jenna and Nathan appeared for everyone to see. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Wrong screen, I exclaimed, but I made no move to turn it off immediately. The room fell silent as guests read the damning messages. Jenna's face drained of color. Michael stood frozen, his champagne glass halfway to his lips, as he read his fiance's words. I don't love Michael, but marrying him might finally make Nathan realize what he's missing. And, once Nathan sees I'm serious about getting married, he'll finally commit. If not, I can always divorce Michael later. The fallout was immediate and chaotic. Jenna rushed toward me, screaming about privacy and betrayal, ironic, considering her actions. Michael set down his glass with shaking hands and walked out without a word. Guests murmured in shock, some leaving awkwardly, others staying to witness the drama unfold. I left shortly after, ignoring the calls and texts that flooded my phone. Jenna's parents, who had always treated me like a daughter, looked at me with disappointment and confusion. Some mutual friends sided with Jenna, calling my actions unnecessarily cruel regardless of what she had done. Others reached out privately to explain.
What? How else would you do this? How else would you handle it in their situation? People don't really think about it that way. How else would you handle a situation? If your answer is you don't know, then obviously you can't really judge because you don't know what you would do in that situation. I mean, I understand we're human. Of course, we're probably going to judge no matter what. But still, I wouldn't really judge if you knew what you were going to do in that situation. And even then, you might not actually know because you would never be in that situation most likely. So, like even then, it's like hypothetical, and it's not reality. So it's just a figment of your imagination. So even if you think you know you're going to do something, you might not do that in that scenario.
Support, admitting they had suspected something between Jenna and Nathan but had been afraid to tell me. The next morning, I received a text from Michael. It was simple but profound. Thank you for saving me from a lifetime of being someone's second choice. Jenna, meanwhile, unleashed a social media tirade, painting herself as the victim. According to her public posts, I had ruined the happiest day of her life out of jealousy and spite. She conveniently omitted the part about her betrayal and using Michael as a pawn. Nathan reached out too, attempting to justify their actions by claiming they had tried to fight their feelings and that timing had been unfortunate. I blocked his number without responding. It's been
Shut up. Just shut up. Like, my God. I don't know why you're trying to justify yourself.
3 weeks since the engagement party. I've lost some friends in the fallout, but I've also discovered who my true friends are. Michael and I have talked a few times, not romantically, but as two people processing similar betrayals. He's handling the situation with remarkable grace, even returning gifts and explaining the cancelled engagement to his family. Jenna continues to play the victim, but those closest to the situation know the truth. Her relationship with Nathan has apparently rekindled in the wake of her broken engagement. Finally, she has what she wanted all along. As for me, I'm working through my
That, I don't, okay, oh my God, that is just stupid. Basically, she got what she wanted, pretty much. That's all that matters. That's stupid though. How the fuck did that work out for her? I don't get that. Like, everything went to shit and it still works out in the end. Like, what? She did a terrible thing to her friend. She doesn't actually have romantic feelings for her quote unquote fiance. Basically, she was emotionally manipulating a best friend basically the whole 6 months that they were, you know, that she was heartbroken over the guy. And then she also told the guy to break up with her because obviously she wanted a shot.
Feelings with a therapist. The double betrayal of my ex and best friend has shaken my ability to trust, but I refuse to let their actions
That makes sense. Best friend, ex of 4 years. It's not just an ex of 1 year because that's different. It's an ex of I think 4 years. She said, which is a big difference. You guys basically know each other. I mean, I hope you know each other more than just like basic conversation in 4 years. That's just
define my future. Some might say my method of exposing the truth was harsh, but I believe both Michael and I deserve to know the reality of the people we had trusted with our hearts. Sometimes the truth hurts, but living in ignorance while others manipulate your life is far more painful in the long run. I don't regret my actions at the engagement party, I only regret the years I spent believing in a friendship that was nothing but a convenient mask for betrayal.
that is true. Also, you should also regret that relationship you had as well. You wasted 4 years of that life as well. So, and the best friend, my God, holy shit, you guys knew each other for years. Oh my God, anyone could betray you at that point. Holy shit. I mean, the only reason, what no, what is truly amazing after this is if you can either you could trust people still and come back from it. That's basically what's actually amazing if people could actually do that. It's possible. It's just it'll be very hard. It'll be some days you might want to give up, but if you keep trying to move forward, you would eventually get to a point where you realize something. Obviously, I can't tell you what you realize because everyone realizes something different. So, 15 years. Okay. My best friend of 15 years secretly dated my ex for 6 months after our breakup. Last night, her. And that's Spies Red Story React. Hope you have a nice day, a good evening, nice night, and a good morning. Okay, bye.